Hey, Gemini, intuitive soul coach here with your April 2023 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, they're giving me here playing hooky. So some of you may have taken a mental health day, maybe you've taken a little bit of time off, or maybe you are literally playing hooky from work, from school, from your responsibilities or duties, or it may be a time for you to do so in the near future, because we have a lot of energy showing up in the month of April. We have here taking bold risks, spontaneity, bursts of energy. And it doesn't surprise me that we have this block of cards that is showing up here for you, because this has been the energy of all the signs so far, where if you're a regular, you see when I shuffle, usually one or two cards come out at a time. Recently, there have been blocks of cards, which we need all these cards anyway, but there's been blocks. So I feel like that is going to be the energy of April, where things show up in spurts or in blocks. But what happens with that is sometimes it can deplete our energy. It can deplete our supply, and then we crash or we have a come down. So I do feel for you, Gemini, that balance is going to be very important. And we do have that full moon in Libra on the 6th of April, so that can really help bring more balance and alignment into your world. But I am getting here that mental health day, or playing hooky, or taking a little bit of time off for yourself, especially if things have been very stressful in your world. Or even if it's asking a family member or a friend or the daycare to take your child so you can get some work done around the house, or so you can dive into a creative endeavor, because this is the month for taking bold risks. And you're going to see that you have a lot of really wonderful ideas this month. They're also giving me here, now this could be a church bell. Now, some of you may live next to a church or live next to a place where you hear the gong of the bell. I'm getting that loud and clear. I mean, some of you, maybe you're attending church. I doubt you would be listening to this while you're in church, maybe, but I'm getting here just the energy of church bells. So if you live near that, or maybe you're walking in town doing some grocery shopping or doing some errands, and you hear that bell go off, that can be a really powerful omen for positivity and a clearing of energy is what I'm getting. Now, we're going to dive into what's going on here for you, but I do want to let you know that there's a lot happening in the month of April, starting off with Aries season. We have that full moon in Libra on the 6th, which can bring about balance to all relationships. It can bring balance and partnership to ourselves as well, especially the relationship we have with self. And it can bring more positive communication showing up, and it's best to get this done now. We also have that Aries solar eclipse and new moon on the 20th. So a double whammy, where eclipse can bring about exposure. It can bring about things that were hidden. A lot of people fear eclipse because they don't want necessarily to hear the truth, because sometimes the truth can be difficult, or situations that may have been hidden can be difficult. But I feel like this is going to benefit you, or benefit all of us. It could be a collective or a global moon moment or eclipse moment, where something is brought about to restructure and reprogram the way that we do things, or the way we see things as well. Now, right after that solar eclipse, we have Mercury going retrograde around the 21st of April into mid-May. And then we also have, leading to a positive thing, one of the luckiest days of the year. And I will post a video on this as well. April 11th in astrology is known as the day of miracles. It's when the sun and Jupiter meet up. So it's a very powerful day. Now you have here, Gemini, you have this Aquarian energy, which is your fight, or your airy friend, Aquarius, right? Now, some of you may have double air in your chart, or you may be dealing with an Aquarius, but this is about you reflecting on your priorities. That may show up towards the end of April, where you really reflect on decisions that you have made, or things that you would like to see manifesting in your world. Because with Mercury in retrograde, it's a time for all of the REs: reflection, revamping, rejuvenation, reprogramming, all of those things where it allows us to take a little bit of step back to be able to see the bigger picture. So you're reflecting on your priorities. I'm getting this sense here of responsibility. Some of you may be taking on more responsibility through a leadership role or through a new job. This could be a new family dynamic where maybe you have to take the kids to, soccer practice, or there's just some additional thing that's coming in that's allowing you to take more responsibility. But I don't feel like it's going to cause a lot of stress. It's actually going to bring about a sense of gratitude, which you have here with the Sagittarian energy. Practice gratitude. There's going to be a lot of shifts and changes coming in, but you will be able to flow through the month with more ease, I feel, than a lot of signs, Gemini. So this is about you staying in that optimistic mindset, but I'm also getting that there could be a situation that you're freeing yourself from, because I'm getting that Devil Capricorn energy here as well. And we'll see what shows up when we pull tarot cards. Now you have this Leo energy of lighten up, right? Lighten up. And that may be why I was getting the playing hooky, or you just being able to take a little bit of time off to let your hair down, something that you've been worrying about that's been causing a little bit of anxiety, or this can be disconnecting from maybe news, social media, things like that, because I am sensing that there's going to be some shifts around that eclipse, some exposures, or things being brought to the surface. And it may at first, your first reaction may be of fear, but it will eventually allow you to see it from a new angle. I'm getting Hanged Man here. So you'll be able to see the flip side of it, and it's going to allow you to lighten up and bring more magic, more joy and happiness into your world, Gemini. So what else do we have here? We have Capricorn. Leave the past behind you. You can do some forgiveness exercises, which you actually have here in your next row. You have forgiveness. This can be really powerful around that Libran full moon. Now, some of you Gemini may even be dealing with a Libra. There's Capricorn, as I was just talking about, that devil energy. There's something here that is or has been on your mind or on your heart with this Pisces energy, which can be emotion. So I feel it's important for you to forgive a situation, forgive something that didn't turn out the way you thought, or to forgive maybe a person for what they did not know in that energy. Or maybe they did know, but they didn't know better. Okay. And sometimes most of the time, it's important to forgive for our own selves, for our own healing. Even if we don't ever come back together with that energy, it's important to forgive. That way we're not creating resentments within the body or creating dis-ease by storing some repressed emotions within the body. So I am sensing there's a situation that is bringing about forgiveness. This could be forgiving a boss, forgiving a friend, a family member, a child, a lover, whoever this is in your world here. Forgiveness is something that you will be working through, and especially around that 6th full moon time frame with that Libran energy, you can actually come together and create more balance and peace. It'll allow you to leave the past in the past. Start fresh, new energy showing up here for you. Now, April, in the Chinese calendar, April 15th, I believe it is, that is the start of a brand new year. So in a lot of aspects, this is a brand new time, a brand new energy, flourishing here. This is a clean slate, a fresh start. So leaving that past in the past and not bringing it up over and over and over is going to be how you know you've truly forgiven or healed from a situation. You may still think about something, but you're not going to allow it to take over and have a front seat, get in the driver's seat of your life, excuse me, where it has in the past. And that's kind of what I'm getting here for you, is there was a situation that you've allowed to take precedence over everything else for whatever reason. It may have been quite difficult, and it may have been what you needed at that time, or it was something that really came in, but I feel like you're releasing that because, again, I'm getting that devil energy for you. We have here, keep your heart open, Libran energy. So there could be some sort of mending or healing, forgiving, releasing around that full moon in Libra on the 6th. So a very powerful energy here. Do some work on that date. It can be letting go. You could even do some full moon rituals, ceremonies. If you're not sure what those may be, you can look them up. And there's so many different things out there. You can recharge your energy, recharge your crystals. It's just a really powerful time to soak up the power of the moon. And I do feel here that if you felt out of balance, or if you felt just like you needed to take some time off from thinking about something so intently, that would be a perfect day for you to do so. Now you have here, oh, I love this. You have assess this situation so you can detoxify. That's what I'm feeling here for you. That's that double energy of detoxification. Even though it's not Capricorn, you do have Capricorn in here, but this is about you detoxifying, and you have Taurus season here. So this could be around that Taurus season, which can be the end of April into May. Some of you may be on that Taurian, well, no, you may be on that Taurian cusp as well, I'm getting. But I'm also getting here, a lot of you are just cutting yourself off from maybe some sugars, some people that may be toxic. It could be alcohol. It could be thought patterns that no longer serve you. It could be people who no longer believe in you or value your work. I'm just getting here, you're stepping away from something that felt a little bit toxic or felt unhealthy. There's nothing wrong with that. You trusting your intuition to steer you clear of situations that are bringing your vibrations and your energy down. I hear so many people say, well, Melissa, you can't cut people out. It's not fair to do that. Yes, there are certain situations that your soul contracted to have, right? To learn, to evolve, to grow. But if something is toxic, unhealthy, or detrimental to your physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional health, then you have every right to set a healthy boundary for yourself here, Gemini. And that's what I see you doing. But first, you're going to assess the situation. I'm getting here that you're weighing up some pros and cons, whether this is a new job, a new home, a new relationship. It could be a health goal, or it could be a diet, something of that nature. You're weighing up the pros and cons. What's best for me? What makes my body feel good? How can I listen to my heart? How can I be true to my goals, my morals? So you may be really assessing the situation, but once you make decisive action, which I see you doing here in the month of April, you're really going to go for it with this Aries energy. So you're definitely taking the lead. And that's what this month is all about. Taking a bold risk, saying yes to a situation that may have scared you. It may have felt a little bit fearful, because I feel like you're getting yourself out of something less than ideal and moving onward. Now, it wouldn't surprise me to see the 6 of Swords showing up in your reading, even the 8 of Cups. Because moving on to bigger and better, something more fulfilling. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Devil, even Libran energy here. And I wouldn't be surprised to see even Gemini with the Lovers. So let's take a look here and see what's showing up. You have choice card. There is making that decision. 2 of Pentacles. This is weighing the pros and cons. It can be comparing apples to oranges, right? Which is better? But in this case, I feel like there's a rotten apple and there's a fresh orange. Which one would you choose? It seems like you would obviously go towards the fresh new opportunity, but maybe you don't like oranges, and maybe apple seems enticing, and maybe you think that you could cut the apple and get rid of the worm, right? But I do feel here for you that you're going to trust what's in your highest good, and you're going to make decisions from the heart, but you're going to stay logical, because that's a beautiful piece of your mind, Gemini, that you can use to make rational decisions and also keep your heart open while doing so, because it's that head and that heart that create the miracles. Now, with this 2 of Pentacles, this is about multitasking. It is about balancing work and play, right? Some of you, it's about staying calm despite what's going on around you. It may feel like you're in a whirlwind of activity this month, And this has been showing up for a lot of signs. So I do feel that despite what's going on around you, you are freeing yourself from a situation that is challenging, detrimental to your health in all forms of health, physical, mental, spiritual. But I do feel here that you are really coming up with some new learning. There's something that's in divine timing. You see a little bit of love here. You see the cup. So there's a lot of choices to make this month. And sometimes you don't want to make the wrong choice, Gemini. So it can actually prolong you making a decision. But I feel like you're finally making a decision because you have the Eight of Swords here. This can be the energy of self-sabotage, telling yourself an old mental story. Perhaps you told yourself that that apple with the worm in it, even though it's half rotting and it's on the ground and it's, there's other creatures that are starting to eat it, you may be telling yourself that that apple still looks good for whatever reason, right? Because that is in your mental mind. You're telling yourself that at one point tasted delicious and juicy and it really made you happy, right? And it could be anything from a relationship to sugar to alcohol to, a job. But now I feel like it's got to the point where it is less than ideal and it's rotting, sitting on the ground with a worm in it, and you have a brand new opportunity up here. And just because this opportunity isn't another apple per se, you're feeling a little bit hopeless. But I am getting here that you're gonna take a look at what it is from a new angle, and you're gonna say, wow, there is a sweet new fresh opportunity that awaits me. I would be crazy not to take this new option. And so I feel like that Hanged Man energy, where you're going to see it from a new perspective and some sort of clarity or moment of truth is coming in here for you, where you're no longer going to feel helpless and hopeless. You're going to feel helpful and hopeful. Beautiful energy here. From helpless to hopeless to helpful to hopeful. That's a word. That's a mouthful. You're going to choose here. You have a choice. The Five of Swords, you're getting swords energy, which is you, Gemini. But when you have this Five of Swords, it can be that mental conflict. So whether this is mental conflict with another person, whether it's within your own minds, which I feel like for a lot of you, it's within your own mind. Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I pick that apple back up and cut off the bad pieces and hope that it's going to taste just as good? Or should I taste that orange? Maybe I'll get a taste for it. Maybe it'll be better for me. So again, a lot of back and forth here. The choice is yours and yours alone. You can either win at all costs, even if it means picking that apple up and biting into the rotten fruit, right? And some of you are shaking your head saying, Melissa, why on earth would I do that? Gemini, you would be surprised. So many of us stay in situations that are less than ideal, that are toxic, that are poisonous, that derail us from achieving our highest goals or our highest dreams. And so I feel like you're going to choose to win in this situation, but the choice is yours and yours alone, not anyone else. No one can make the decisions that are showing up here for you but you, Gemini. There's an opportunity, a huge one, to heal. I really like this because this is the Star card and it's breaking free from the chains. So breaking free from the imprisonment of the Eight of Swords, right? That mental conflict challenge. And you're going to be able to heal from a situation that had felt unhealthy or toxic, something you weren't able to quite see things clearly, this new opportunity. But I feel like you were able to not just see the fresh orange over here, but now you're able to smell it everywhere you go. And I hope you're following me. And intuitively here, it's about you seeing the opportunity, not just right in front of you, but you're feeling it on all levels. And that's what I mean by smelling it here. You're using all your senses to tune in and say yes and heal, because there's a brand new aha moment coming in here for you. The Star card is all about not giving up on those dreams. It's about you being divinely guided towards more positivity, towards healing and towards hope, which we just seen show up, because your following cards are beautiful. You have the Ace of Swords, breakthrough moment. Look at this. You have 3 swords energy clarifying. So some of you, it is taking a big, bold risk, taking a new opportunity, a new chance. There may have been something holding you back for whatever reason, but you're having here a new understanding, a light bulb moment, if you will. A moment of truth, a moment of clarity that's going to allow you to just go for it, to have this new beginning, to say, yes, I need to move forward with that orange, right? Because this orange opportunity is something that's sweeter, it's more abundant. And even though I may not love oranges, I have a choice to keep moving forward. And maybe down the road, there will be a new apple, right? A fresh new apple that'll be worth it. So again, there's some changes here that you're going to make, but there's also spiritual healing that is taking place within you. So I do feel for some of you, Gemini, there may have been something that was very difficult for you to overcome from the past, and you're leaving the past behind this month. Now, you also have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about teaching. It is about our belief systems. It's about tradition. Now, some of you are changing and updating your beliefs, something that you thought was true for you. Maybe you thought you would be in this relationship forever and get married to this person. That belief may have shifted. For some of you, maybe you thought you wanted to grow up and be a teacher. And maybe, excuse me, maybe you've worked in the teaching field for the last 20 years. Now you may be shifting that up and saying, I'm ready for a change. What was true for you then, Gemini, is no longer true for you, because you're trusting. That's about you staying in your integrity. You're trusting here that your beliefs are switching, and you want to stay aligned with your beliefs and within your truth. Now, I've had so many people say, well, Melissa, this is what I've thought from, a very young age. I have to stick with that. Or this is family, so I have to be dependable and reliable for them because that's what I've always done. Does it make you feel good? Does it push your boundaries? Does it show up in an unhealthy pattern or form? Is it aligned with your soul's truth? These are the questions you may be asking yourself, Gemini, in the month of April. And I feel if it doesn't align with where you are going, if it doesn't feel good to you any longer, you've learned some very valuable lessons, because this can be about you being that student, but you've graduated. I'm getting this energy of you now are able to maybe teach what you've learned, or you're able to take on something entirely new because you've already learned a very valuable lesson, because we always go through the ebb and flow. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, whether you're the student or you are the teacher. So I'm getting here that you are committing to a brand new way of life, and it's going to be a lot happier than what you've gone through in the past. And that's why you have this lighten up card, because it may feel like a weight off your shoulders, Gemini. It may feel like a burden. Now, some of you didn't even realize you've carried the burden, right? It can be like pain. Sometimes we don't realize that we have maybe a lower back pain because it's constant, and we have no idea what it feels like to even be free of that pain. And it's when you don't have that pain and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I feel really good. I don't have this pain. So I kind of feel like that's the energy of what's coming in for you in April, where something that may have been deep-seated, or it may have been a deep wound, shows up for you in a healing way, and you're able to take that breath of air, and it just feels really good. So let's see what else we have here. Let's see what we need to know. Let's see what we have. Okay, reflect on your priorities. We just talked about what those priorities are. We have leave the past behind and keeping the heart open. What else do we need to know? Detoxify. What is it fully and entirely that you need to detoxify from to help you towards your path of abundance? Reaching out. 3 of Pentacles. There's something here with collaboration, teamwork, This is group efforts. It can be about working together to create something beautiful instead of working with people who either don't pull their weight, they don't help, they don't contribute, they're not a good team player, they push everything onto you. You want there to be balance in the family setting, in the work setting. I'm getting here that it's important for you to reach out, communicate and connect with other like minds, other soul tribe. And it can be difficult making new friends. It can be difficult trying to bridge a gap between a family member. If you are looking for more connection, I feel like the universe is conspiring to make this happen for you in the month of April. Your final card here, Gemini, is strengthening bonds, a brand new beginning here in the physical world. And all the signs that I've read for so far in the month of April, I feel like have received this Ace of Pentacles. And Pentacles are very earthly. It's about finances, material gains and losses, prosperity, health, body. So when you have the Ace of Pentacles show up, there's a new beginning in this material world, whether it is your body, your health, your home, your stability, your career, your relationship, anything in this physical earthly side, you're being offered this brand new beginning. So some of you, it's a new job. Some of you, it's a new home. It could be strengthening a bond that you have with someone close to your heart. You have here strengthening and doing it in a way where you have teamwork and support and cooperation instead of just feeling like you are trying to balance and do it all yourself. Because look at this, Gemini, you have the 1, the 2, the 3. There's growth here. 1, 2, 3. So new beginnings, choices, partnerships, and expecting that there's going to be duality and there's going to be a period of reflection, but it's going to allow you to bring more peace, more harmony, more advancement, and creativity into your world. So I'm really loving this. Let's take a look here and get one last card and see what it is that you are going for with this Aries energy. Just go for it. Just do it. What is it that you're taking a big, bold risk on? Blossom. I feel like all the signs have received this as well. You have here the Judgment. This is a second chance, Gemini, to change your life for the better. This is about you heeding the call. Whatever your intuition and your soul has been calling you to head towards, this is the time that you can redeem yourself and go in that direction. It is about a major awakening, a rite of passage, a rebirth to forgive the things that didn't work out prior, to heal ourselves, to embrace change, no longer judge others or ourselves, and to head towards our awakening. You can see here that this huge ball of beautiful sun energy is showing up here. And remember the day of miracles, Sun and Jupiter meet up. This is like that sun coming full circle. So there's an energy here of abundance, happiness, and good health and good life. Don't wait for the rug to get pulled out from underneath you. Don't wait for, something to happen in the world or for a major health catastrophe to happen before you start living your life, Gemini. Now is the time, right? This is time for you to blossom and open yourself up more now than you ever have before. So really powerful energy coming in for you in the month of April. I hope this resonates, beautiful souls. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in, Gemini. Lots of love.